All right, now in this lesson, I'm going to break down exactly how to reach out to potential clients in a way that gets people to actually answer you. We're going to talk first about why most outreach fails, how to shift your mindset away from closing deals and towards starting conversations, a simple structure for messages, real examples of bad and good messages, how to personalize effectively, how this works across Instagram, email, and LinkedIn, and what you can realistically expect. Most outreach fails because it looks and feels like spam. People copy and paste the same line to dozens of businesses. They say things like, "Hey there, I build websites for small businesses. Are you interested?" Or, "Hey, I noticed you didn't have a website online. Is there a reason? Can I talk to the owner?" They pitch their service in the first sentence. They assume the person cares about their offer without any proof whatsoever. They never mention anything about the recipient's business or current website. So they end with a hard sell like, "Let me know if you want to hire me," or "Get back to us if you need a website." And on the receiving end, it seems like just another generic sales pitch from someone who has not taken 2 minutes to learn about you. And that's why response rates are low. You delete those messages yourself because they don't feel relevant and they smell like a pitch. Pitching too early kills responses because you are asking for something before you gave anything. Imagine yourself, right? Imagine you got a message from a stranger that says, "Hey, want to buy my product?" A random person with no context. You don't feel compelled to reply. When you pitch right away, you close the door to conversation. The other person has to either accept or reject you. Most will reject you. You're not leaving room for curiosity. You haven't shown that you understand their situation or that you might be helpful. That's why generic outreach is ineffective. It's not the outreach that doesn't work, it's that lazy outreach doesn't work. And the shift that you need to make is from selling to starting a conversation. Your first message is not about closing a deal. It's about opening a door. That's the first gateway. Your goal is to get a reply, not a contract. When you approach outreach this way, your tone completely changes. You focus on the other person. You ask questions. You provide value. You show them that you've done your homework. This simple change raises response rates because people actually like talking to people who care about them. You know what I mean? Picture yourself. Put yourself in that situation. Would you want to talk to a complete random that's trying to pitch you a sale and you have no idea who they are or where they came from? It's like, no, not necessarily, right? So when they see that you paid attention, they're more willing to engage. And conversations lead to relationships. Relationships lead to projects. This isn't an overnight thing in this process. When people are looking to spend $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000, this is not a decision they've made overnight, right? There's a lot of education that goes behind this. So a simple structure helps you craft these messages consistently. Start with an opening line that shows you have context. Mention something specific that you noticed about their business or their website. Personally, I would stay away from their website. And then you would make a quick value statement where you position yourself as somebody who can help. Keep it a single sentence, finish with a soft close or question that invites them to respond without pressure. You can ask for their thoughts, offer to share an idea, or simply ask if they're interested in discussing it any further. But keep the message short so it doesn't feel like a lecture. Break it into like a few short lines so it's easy to read on any screen. Line breaks between them, right? Because massive paragraphs can make it seem like there's way too much going on. And speak like a person, not a robot. Don't get AI to write up your entire paragraph and send it without proofreading it. I know it's a very big trend to have AI do things for you these days, but ultimately, especially myself, I know when somebody is using it. It might be because I'm a trained software developer for many, many years, so I can kind of tell. But if I can tell, that means a business owner might also be able to tell. And when you are copy pasting AI, it looks like a lack of work ethic. It looks like you don't care enough. It's a terrible impression. Here's what a bad outreach looks like. "Hello, my name is John and I specialize in web development. I am reaching out because I can redesign your website. I have attached a proposal. Let me know if you're interested." This message doesn't reference the business. It pitches a redesign immediately. It asks for a yes or a no answer before any conversation. It's generic enough to be sent to literally anybody. Another example of this is, "Hi, I've seen your company online and we provide modern websites that help boost SEO and increase conversions. Our prices are very competitive. Can we schedule a call next week? Again, no personalization, just features and benefits and a request to meet. Now compare those with improved versions, for example. Hey Sarah, I saw your bakery's new fall menu on Instagram and it absolutely looks delicious. I also noticed your site doesn't feature the new items yet. I went on there to look at them and try to find some more details, but I couldn't really see anything there. Was there a reason for that? Oh, okay. So I actually build high-end websites and I can help you update it quickly so your customers can see what's new. Would you like a free mock-up of how that could look? See, you've referenced the menu, you've noticed something specific about the website, you're offering value before asking anything, you're inviting a conversation, and that's much more likely to get a response. Another improved message would be, for example, oh, hey Tom, your wedding photography portfolio is stunning, especially the shots in Tuscany. When I loaded your site on my phone, actually though, some of the images took a while to load. And just so you're aware, if your webpage takes like more than 3 seconds to load, it actually reduces the amount of traffic by an absorbent amount. It's something like 50 to 80%. Did you know that? Oh, no? I actually specialize in optimizing image-heavy websites without compressing the quality, of course. And I mean, if you're interested, I'd be happy to share a few tips that could speed things up for you. Let me know if that would be useful for you. See, now you've shown that you've looked at his work, spotted a genuine issue, and you offered specific help. You're not pushing a sale, you're offering value, and that's attractive. Personalization is the heart of outreach. It shows respect and attention. And the easiest way to personalize is to reference their business, mention a recent product launch, event, or update. Check their social feeds for news. Comment on a specific service they offer. Reference their current website. Maybe it's not mobile friendly, missing a key feature, outdated visually. Point out something they've done well or could improve, or both. But be honest and kind. Another angle is to connect over mutual interests. If you both live in the same city, for example, or attended the same event, mention that. If you saw them speak on a podcast, tell them what you liked. Personalization can be as simple as using their name and noticing only a singular detail. You don't need to write an essay. Just keep it natural and realistic. Sound normal, like you're trying to be their friend. Just don't try to be their friend. Actually be their friend. The message structure holds across platforms, right? And on Instagram, a DM should be casual and friendly. Start with a line like, just checked out your feed, ... and then follow the same structure. Context, value, and question. Instagram messages tend to be shorter and use a more conversational tone though, but the goal remains to start a conversation. On email, you can add 1 or 2 more sentences because you might expect more context. So you might write a brief subject line that hints at your observation, such as quick idea for your site or noticed your new launch product today. In the body, still keep it tight, open with context, share value, ask a question. On LinkedIn, your tone can be slightly more professional, but still personal. Mention a shared connection or an article they posted, for example. The structure will always stay the same. You don't need to reinvent the message for each platform. The principles, personalization, value, and a soft call to action are consistent. And remember, quality beats quantity. Sending 10 well-researched, thoughtful messages will always outperform blasting 100 generic templates. You cannot personalize properly at high volume. Even when you're leveraging AI, it's still better to choose a handful of businesses that you genuinely want to work with, spend a few minutes understanding them, and craft a message that resonates. This strategy is going to save you time in the long run because you're actually engaging with people who are more likely to respond and become clients. Spamming 100 businesses might feel productive, but you'll either get ignored or damage your reputation. And consistency matters more than bursts. It's better to send 5 or 10 messages every day for a month than to send 100 at once and give up. This builds rhythm and helps you refine your messaging as you see what works. Not everyone will respond even if your message is perfect though, and that's normal. Some people are just busy, some are interested, and some are not. And some will simply never check their messages. Don't take it personally. Follow-ups are part of the process, and if you don't hear back, you can always send a polite follow-up a few days later. Keep it short and not pushy. Something like, hey, just checking to see if you got my last message. Let me know if you'd like me to send over that mock-up idea. Simple. Sometimes people just need a reminder, even myself. And results come from repetition. The more conversations you start, the more you learn. Your messages will improve. Over time, you'll build relationships and a pipeline of potential projects. Do not expect immediate conversions. This is about building connections that lead to work over weeks and months. Simplicity is your friend. You don't need complicated scripts with 10 steps. Just use a simple opening, a clear value statement, and a soft question. Use their name, keep it under 3 or 4 sentences, write the way you speak. If it feels awkward to say out loud, rewrite it. Use clean spacing so it's easy to scan on a phone. You're not writing a cold email novel, you're sending a conversation starter. So to summarize what you need to do now, understand that most outreach fails because it's generic and pitch heavy. Shift your idea, shift your mindset from closing deals to starting conversations. Use a simple 3-part structure. Write this down. Context, value, question. Personalize by referencing something specific about their business or website. And look at their Instagram, website, or LinkedIn to find those details. Adapt your tone slightly across Instagram, email, and LinkedIn, but make sure the structure is consistent. Focus on quality over quantity and be patient because not everybody will respond, and that's completely fine. Follow up politely when appropriate because your action after this lesson is very straightforward. Pick 10 businesses you genuinely like to work with. Do this now. This is not the lesson now. Pick 10 businesses that you would genuinely like to work with. They could be like local shops you admire, artists you follow, or companies in your niche. Spend a few minutes looking at each of their websites and social profiles and notice something about what they're doing. Craft a short message for each one using the structure that you've learned today. And then send those messages on the platform that makes the most sense for them. Track who responds. If someone doesn't reply, send a follow-up a few days later and repeat this process consistently. Over time, you will see patterns, refine your approach, and most importantly, you'll start real conversations that lead to high-end website products. That's all for this lesson. I'll see you on the next.